And I think we're up. Hey everybody, welcome aboard. Captain Mike here. I've been working on the 3D rain effect and more importantly trying to get rid of that Star Wars warp speed stuff. I got a couple of answers on AVSim that actually got me set up in the right direction. And I set up this ride in particular where we're going to get nothing but rain the whole way. I want to make sure that the 3D rain is looking good, which it does right here, right now. We're going to check the wipers, make sure that my switch is working, and that the 3D rain effect is gone, which it should be. I checked last night. It looked like it was pretty good. So this is going to be the first flight from point A to point B with this type of setup, so we'll see just how well it's going to go. This is an Allegiant flight, Flight 2610 from Nashville to St. Petersburg. They did this ride in an hour and 42 minutes, so we'll see just how close we can come to that. I just got in here, aircraft's cold and dark, so I'm actually just got in here with the paperwork, so we're pretty much ready to get going. Aircraft's cold and dark, so. Alright, DC battery selected to bat. DC battery switch is on guarded. Standby power is auto guarded. Alternate flaps are off guarded. Fuel pump switch is off. Wipers are set to park. Hydraulic pumps electric 2 and 1 are off. Landing gears down. We have 3 green and 3 green on the aft overhead. Weather radar is set to test. Master caution reset. Fault in op test. And overheat fire test. Alright, that's all looking pretty good. Alright, ground power is available. Let's get on ground power. We're going to confirm with the AC selector. And let's get set for unconditioned air right now. Alright, galley power is on, and we're going to align the IRS. Emergency exit lights are armed. Trim air. Let's just cycle that. And temperature back there is nice and comfortable. Let's enter our position. So we are at KBNA. And we'll see what the GPS is picking up. Alright, so it's in a database for this airport is pretty close to what the IRS is picking up, so there's no issues with that. Alright, flaps are up, and showing up on the aft overhead. Let's get some lights and the logo in here. Let's get some pressure in here for the brakes. Get that set. And let's get you set as well. So we have some transmissions in the background. How about that? Alright, that is pretty good. That's pretty good. That is set. Alright, that takes care of the originator flight. Let's move on to the pre-flight. Leading edge devices test. Service interphone is off. Reverses are extinguished. EEC switches are on guarded. Crew oxygen is 13,000. Passenger oxygen is normal guarded. Flight recorder is normal guarded. Let's just test that. That is now set and back to normal guarded. Alright, Mach speed warning. Test 1 and 2. And stall warning. Is it too early for that? If not, we'll come back to it. Yeah, it might be a little too early. Alright, 3 green on the landing gear. PSEU is out. Let's check our oxygen flow. And oxygen flow is looking good. Hey, Paul, how's it going, man? I didn't see you sneak in here, brother. Hope you're having a good one. Alright, and let's get our lights test done. I will have you here, and let me have that over here, and I will have progress here. Alright, the lights test is good. Alright, flight controls A and B are on guarded, alternate flaps are off guarded, spoils A and B are on guarded, your damper is on, VHF nav is normal, IRS is normal, FMC is normal, source select is auto, control panel is normal, fuel temperature is 20, cross feed checked, fuel pumps are off. Cross feed's good, AC/DC panel is set, galley power is on, equipment, cooling supply and exhaust is normal, emergency exit lights are on, no smoke and seatbelt sign is on. Window heat is on. We're going to run the overheat test and the TAT test. Wing and engine anti-ice are off. Hydraulic pumps electric 2 and 1 are off. 3 entranceways are open. Test, test, test on the flight data recorder. Pressurization panel is all zeroed out. Temperature back there is nice and comfortable. Let's reset the master. Overheat test. And that is looking pretty good. We are set for unconditioned air right now. Today's ride is flight level 370. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Let's check the outflow valve. Alright, outflow valve is looking pretty good. Our lights are good, and we're going to use the bolt igniter for this nasty weather. Alright, with that, we are all looking pretty good here. Let's get ATIS clearance and then program the flight management computer. Oh, it doesn't work for the Taurus? Oh, that stinks. Yeah, because I'm running it through a Lewis script, which just basically overrides what X-Plane is using. I'm surprised. Maybe Taurus has their own rain effect? If they do, you might be able to find out what that is and then maybe turn those white streaks into, you know, like a clear panel, empty, so you wouldn't see it anyway. That was going to be my next step, if I couldn't get that set up like that, was just turn it invisible, which I did with the air stairs. The air stairs in the aircraft, because I can't have the Zibo mod plugins on my visuals because it just screws up the entire setup. The air stairs was sticking out the side of the airplane. So I had to go in and paint all the air stairs and make them all invisible so you don't see them anymore. So that was going to be my next step with the Star Wars rain, but you got to find out what file that is. Oh, it works. Yeah, so it might be something with that aircraft. They may be using a different file. That kind of stinks, though, because that Star Wars rain really just breaks the immersion factor. Without it, it really does look pretty good. All right, let's get ATIS now. ATIS is 135.1, and that's in here already.
Information Foxtrot. 1653 Zulu.
Foxtrot, that changed.
Arriving and departing runways 2 center, 2 left, 2 right.
That changed since I got in here.
Wind 180 at 5. Visibility 10. Fuel 25,000. Temperature 21.
Let's check that.
Altimeter 3001. Density altitude 1300 feet. Holding position signs may be obscured. Use caution when taxiing. Advise on course heading, altitude. Flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions.
Hi,
Advise
clearance.
on initial contact. You have information Foxtrot.
Nashville clearance, good evening. Allegiant 2610, looking for IFR clearance as filed to St. Petersburgh with Foxtrot.
I'll have your clearance in just a second.
Yeah, that Star Wars looking warp speed, that just looks so ridiculous. I mean, I don't even know why they actually included that.
Nashville International Airport clearance, cleared to St. Petersburg via the tip and 4 departure, then as filed. Climb and maintain 10,000. Expect flight level 370 minutes after departure. Departure on 118.4, squawk 3532. Expect runway 20 center.
Cleared to St. Petersburg via the tip and 4 departure, then is filed. Climb and maintain 10,000. Expect flight level 370, 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 118.4. Squawk 3532. We can expect runway 20 center on the way out, Allegiant 2610. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Let's get our ride in here. KBNA
Allegiant
to
2610,
KPIE.
read back correct. Ground will be on 121.9er.
All right, and we will bring that up right now.
Rotary clamp out 320 and looking out portfolio passing the traffic at 571.
And this is an AAY flight, 2610. Okay, on the way out we have 4,
Ladies and
dense
gentlemen, a very
transition
warm
at
welcome aboard
runway
Allegiant Air Flight
center.
2610.
And let's
Departing
put
from
that
Nashville
in. On the
International
way
Airport
in, we have
and heading to
bangs
St.
2.
Petersburgh Clearwater International Airport. We kindly ask you to take your
Transition
seats as indicated on your
was-
boarding passes, ensuring that your hand luggage is stowed securely in the overhead bins
See?
or beneath the seats in front of you.
And we're going to do...
Should you require any assistance, please do not hesitate to reach out to any member of our dedicated crew.
And we will
Thank you for choosing to fly with us today, and we wish you a pleasant
just take a
journey.
look at today's ride. All right. Dixie, Rory, Tippin, Dense, then LGC,
02 Mike, maintain Mach 83 or less for now. I'll have normal 3
and then Haunted.
Decimal 83 or less. Qatar 02 Mike.
Thriddle, Pivot, Clamp, Lala, Coral, Bangs, Kittle, Bolts, and let's take a look at some charts now.
5 Victor Golf, increase speed to Mach 79 and cross Tasman at time 39 or earlier.
Yeah, I had the 3D rain effect working the other day, yesterday actually got it working. The main problem was the Star Wars rain that I wasn't able to get rid of in 12 for some reason, but that seems to be working now fine. So that ridiculous looking rain should be gone, and this should just look like it would slapping against the window now as we move and get in the air, which is pretty cool. All right, let's take a look at we're on our way out of B&A. I've got that already. Let me take a look at the SID here. Tipping 4. How we looking here? Right, that, and let's get you in there right now.
511, 2,300, climbing 4,000, heading 345.
That's 201. 1099 is in. Dixie, they want us
511, 11,000 feet, convoy 511.
above 5. That is in. The 1099 is in. Rory is going to be above 12. That's in. We're in the Tippin, then Densed. That looks good for the way out. On the way into St. Petersburg or Clearwater, we've got Bangs 2, and we get picked up at Hollid. Clamp, La.
9 Mike Fox.
Coral, they want us above 8. That's in. Bangs between 7 and 13. That looks good. We're into Kittle, and then we're into Bolts. And then there we're going to get vectored to where we're going to pick up the ILS in the runway 36 is what they used in the real world. So that is looking pretty good. All right, let's get our weight and all that other good stuff in here. We have the electronic flight bag. Yeah, John, I'm in the flight deck, so I'm having a good day. I've got 3 85-inch monitors that are going to be coming here real soon to replace these 375s. So right now, the monitor comes just past the post here, the center post. But I'm going to be moving this center monitor in about 6 inches because I'm setting it up where it's going to be on a wall behind here. I'm in the garage and I got a table that I made, but it's heavy duty, 4-inch 4. Legs coming around, 3/4 inch ply. Thing is super heavy duty. It's going to hold the 95 pounds in that TV easy. So I just got to get the 4x4 post to come up behind the TV, 3/4 of the way up, put 3/4 inch ply behind it, and then I'll be able to put that wall bracket in. And then it's going to come all the way up to the very front of the nose of the flight deck, and it's going to be down as low as I can get it. So I still won't be able to see over the top of the TV, but I'm going to get it about that much lower. So, and this monitor that I have here on the left that I use blocks out the shelf, so it doesn't break the immersion factor, being that I'm in here when I look all the way around. But the monitors are going to come just about 3/4 of the way past these back windows, so it's going to be well behind me. So I'm going from maybe 180-degree view to at least 220 or better. So things are going to get a lot nicer in here real soon. All right, let's get our weight and all that other good stuff in here now. Today's ride fuel is going to be 17.3. Fuel payload is 24.2. Right, and that should give us a zero fuel weight of 119.2. Right, and we have a CG of 26.2, 119.2. That looks good. All right, zero fuel weight is in. Let's get a final reserve. CG is going to be, CG, the CI is 18, that is. Final reserve is 5.8. Right. No, it's 5.8, Johnny. And that's going to be 18 on the index. Let's get the cruise winds. Top of climb, 260 at 121. Woohoo! Right, and we are cruising at 370 this ride. The OAT is going to be 3. And like I said, we're not going to derate the engines. The CG was 26.2, flaps 5. Trim is 432. And there's no slope on this runway. The winds are 180 at 5. They gave us... Okay, that's all looking pretty good. The engine out is going to be a $144. And we'll get our descent forecast in here. We're looking at 20, 15,000, and 10,000. Top of the set, we are looking at 7. And right now, it's going to be 30 flat. 30.00, that could change. Let's get our descent winds, 20,254 at 47. At 15,250 at 23. And at 10,000, we're looking at 239 at 13. Let's see, what do we have here? We have... Only thing really on here is... LGC, Dixie, Tippett, Dense, LGC at 37 is... That's looking pretty good at 121. So it has all the wind information in here already. Our cruise winds, I can let it put it in automatically. But we're looking good here. Let's just make sure there's no weird waypoints in here now this ride. That takes us to bolts, and then we've got the vector. And then the mist. That looks pretty good. Alright, let's get the pedestal set up. We're not going to need that anymore. Let's come back to... Where we're in Nashville? Let's come back to BNA. And they said they were using 20 center and on the way out, right? Yep, so let's get this in now if we have to come back. Being that I'm by myself, I put this in the pedestal, so if we whack some birds, engine out, something happens, we have to come back. This is already done. That is set. That's going to be a deuce. Cross-check that. Okay, that's set. That looks pretty good. The hold is going to be a BB at 4, 201.
Ma'am, this is 3560, level 350.
201. And we're looking at 111.3. 111.3.
Papa 559er to an altitude 35.
Alright, so that's good, that's good, that's good. We've got ground towers 118. 118.6. Right, they gave us departure is 118.4. And center 126.05. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I'll take terrain, position, data, airport, and station. I'm on the master, you're on the slave. You can have weather, station, airport, data, and position. That's looking pretty good. Our initial heading is 201. We're cleared up to 10. That looks good. All right, so this is set. My clock is fine. Nose wheel steering is normal guarded. Let's check our panels here. You're not going to see the lower panels because of say intentions. Auto flight test 1 and 2. Alright, primary flight display, artificial rise in its level, ground speed 045 on the speed tape, 131 V1, engine out's a buck 44, 201's the initial heading. Our decision height's 200 if we have to come back, local pressure is 3001, we're cleared up to 10, and I've got terrain on the nav display. Our standby gauge is all set. N1 is going to be set to auto, speed reference set, auto, reset the fuel flow, auto brake selector set for rejected takeoff. We are set here. That looks pretty good. Let's let that run amok. And I should have looked at what that was. 432 on the trim. Okay, that's all looking pretty good. We've got a clean board here. Our bottles are full cargo test. That looks good. Let's get that test done. That test is done. And let's just check that stall warning now. And that's good. Okay. Let's get the doors buttoned up. Let's get ready to get out of here.
Descend, crossing, descend, crossing, descend now, descend, now, increase climb.
Oh, they just came out with an update? Wow, they must have just come out with an update after I started this. Wow, that's got to be brand new. I didn't see any message. Interesting. I'll have to check that when we get done with this ride. Alright, that test is done. Let's get the ground procs and systems test done. Alright, let's get these doors buttoned up. Let's get out of here. And like I said, I have rain set up for the entire ride, so just want to check this. So we're not going to have a nice view on the way out, that's for sure.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Too low. Terrain. Too low.
And back to ground services. How we looking here? Pressure is good. Let's dump you.
Bank angle. Bank angle. Approaching minimum.
And let's get on APU now. No fuel in the center tank. Well, there's not enough in the center tank, that is. Could lose that as well.
300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Too low. Terrain. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
Oh, we're just waiting on the APU now.
Obstacle. Obstacle. Obstacle ahead. Pull up.
Did they put out a fixed list yet, Paul? Be interesting to see what's on that list. APU is up. Let's get on APU. All right, we've got that. Let's just say we waited a minute, and let's get disconnected from the gate altogether. Let's call for push. They can wait on us.
Round to cockpit. Please show me where you
Oh, I thought I set that up. Oh, I always miss something. Let me set this up.
Ground to cockpit. Tower's driving up.
05, we're on 123, decimal 1.
Charlie 105. Thank you. How do you read?
Down and clear.
Thank you.
try to set it up where I don't break the immersion factor once I get in here, but I forget something every now and then.
Okay,
And
all
I forgot
doors and
pushback.
taxis are closed. Ready to connect.
All right, we're good. You always forget something. No, I don't need that anymore. Let's have some charts. And PMDG. And we've got 20 center. Hopefully they're going to give us what? Yankee 2 or Yankee 1, that is. Tango 6. Kilo. Tango 5, Sierra 7. That would be the smart way to go. Although they could bring us a Yankee 1, Yankee, Tango 4 straight across. Alright, we're pretty much good to go. Nashville ground, good evening, Allegiant 2610 with you, Terminal Charlie Gate 4. Ready to push and start with the Foxtrot.
Allegiant 2610, Nashville International Airport ground, push and start approved, tail northwest.
All right, we're good to go. Let's get that clock going, and we'll release the brake.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right, packs are off. Pressure's good. Any collision lights coming on, we're starting to.
Ma'am, this is Saudia 560, level 350.
Saudia 560, maintain flight level 350. You are radar identified from Darrell, flight Papa 559 to Nalpo.
From Darrell, Papa 559 to Nalpo, Saudia 560.
Some ugly weather out there. But I did that on purpose to check the rain and the wipers and all that stuff. Alright, 2 is stable. Locked at idle, Gen 2. We've got juice. Isolation valve is closed. Right back to auto. Pressure's good. Starting 1.
Lima 703 Rusty, Qatari 450 Romeo.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome aboard Allegiant Air Flight 2610, departing from Nashville International Airport to St. Petersburgh Clearwater International Airport. Our estimated flight time is 1 hour and 35 minutes. We kindly ask you to pay close attention to the following safety demonstration, which contains important
1 is stable. Locked at idle. Gen
Even those who
1.
fly frequently.
We've got juice. Side probes are on. Hydraulics. Left pack. Isolation valve to auto. EPU is
Ensure your
off.
seatbelt is fastened
And we've got a
whenever
clean
the seatbelt
board.
sign is illuminated. Return your seat backs and tray tables to the upright position and open your window blinds for takeoff and landing. Mobile phones and electronic devices must be set to flight mode. Laptops and larger devices should be securely stowed during takeoff and landing.
It's nice to see that I can force the rain effect through the developer's menu.
Including in the lavatories.
It used to shut itself off after a little while. This has been running pretty good.
Go ahead and set the
Pull
parking
the
brake.
mask towards you. Place it over your nose and mouth and
Just
breathe
dancing tail.
normally.
Stand by.
Remember to secure your own mask before assisting others. Life vests are located under your seat or between the seats. To use, pull it over your head, fasten it, and inflate only after leaving the aircraft. Special life vests for children are available. Floor-level lighting will guide you to the nearest exit, which is clearly marked. There are 2 exits at the front and 2 at the rear of the aircraft. The nearest exit may be behind you.
I'll tell you, adding the
During
inclement rain
evacuation,
like this
please
definitely
leave
makes
all personal
taxiing
belongings behind
that much
and
more
follow
interesting.
the crew's instructions immediately. If any electronic device becomes hot or shows signs of damage, please inform a crew member right away. For further details, Please refer to the safety information card in your seat.
I don't know where American's going there.
Thank you for your attention.
We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
Alright, there goes the tow. So the tow's out of here. Let's get you. GA Auto, you're coming off test. Let's have you now.
or greater, Qatari Tango Yankee.
And we are looking pretty good here. Let's get you up and going now. Get those wipers running. Don't need the keyboard anymore. I actually hooked them up to the engine start switch. Still trying to figure out these wiper switches. There are big brass plates behind these. Still haven't been able to figure that out. But I do have a little bit of a workaround.
Roger that. 290, maintain by position of Qatari Tango Yankee.
Nashville ground, good evening, Allegiant 2610 with you, Terminal Charlie Gate 4, ready to taxi to runway 20 center. What are you going to give us? Yankee 1, Tango 6.
Allegiant 2610, runway 20 center taxi via Yankee 2, Zulu, Tango 6, hold short of runway 31, then Kilo, Tango 5, Sierra 7.
Clear to taxi to runway 20 center via Yankee 2, Zulu, Tango 6, hold short runway 31, then Kilo, Tango 5, Sierra 7 for Allegiant 2610. Yankee, we're coming to Tango 6 and then we're holding short. Yep, they got us taking the scenic route. Alright, we're out of here. Yeah, American must have just come in. Also want to see how bad the flickers are going to be this ride. I'm slamming this system right now. I've got AI aircraft at 100%. I've got
just kidding, 165.
Vehicular traffic out on the roadways, spawning at triple the rate. Plus the inclement weather and all the clouds and everything, so I'm really slamming this system hard. Alright, Tango 6, and then we're going to hold short.
Just confirm you're going to continue on Lima 703 to position Ramsey.
But I tell you, you really can't make out anything out of these side monitors with this rain, so that really makes this pretty cool. Taxiing isn't all that easy anymore.
Copy that, sir. Maintain 210. 210, your final, sir? Flight level 210.
They held for us. Thank you.
Copy.
Alright, we're coming up on Tango 6 now. Yeah, a little push there.
Copy, thank you very much. The cross taxi at 080 was a sudden launch possible 320. Flight level 320, cross taxi 0800 or later, Qatari 268 Yankee.
Allegiant 2610, cross runway 31, then continue taxi.
Continue descent altitude 5000.
I'll clear to cross runway 31 and then continue. Allegiant 2610. Alright. Not that I can see much out these side windows. There could be a freaking A380 coming at us right now, and I wouldn't be able to see them with all that rain. Alright, and we got a right and a left and all that other good stuff coming up. We still have a little ways to go on the taxi. Got a right coming up here. Where'd my transmissions go? There they are. And he said, what? Tango what? Tango 5. And then Sierra 7. Yes, yes. All right, so we got the left coming up here, Tango 5. And we got the right on Sierra 7.
For flight level 180 and request the right to me.
Zibo 191 Tokyo Control, ground maintain flight level 400.
Continue flight level 400 and request the right
And we're on Sierra 7 now.
Standby.
And in this we're going to take to a holding short.
Allegiant 2610, contact tower on 118.6.
Contact tower 18.0, Allegiant 2610, good night.
50240 by Mama, Japan 812.
All right, here we are, holding short. Nashville Tower, good evening, Allegiant 2610, holding short, runway 20 center, ready for departure. And we've got tip and 4 on the way out.
Allegiant 2610, Nashville International Airport Tower, runway 20 center, winds 180.5, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, Allegiant 2610. All right, we're good to go.
Contact center approach from 19 Nashville 17.
No, you, and let's get the clock going there, Johnny. We're good to go.
Mr. 75 leaving 11,500, climbing 180.
Yes, Sky 75 control, climate maker flight level 200 initially.
Climate 200 needs Sky 75.
All right, give me 40%.
7306, time to about 240.
Stable, Toga.
Climate maker flight level 300.
Cross set, airspeed's active.
80 knots.
Check, throttle hold. We're stable to 80.
V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
400.
All right, you can have it at 4. We're basically straight out. And we could lose that now.
1,000.
So we need to be above 1100. We're at 19 already. So that constraint's met. Next is Dixie. We need to be above 5.
Climate maker flight level 1. Correction, climate maker flight level 200 initially.
Climate maintain flight level 200, for 473.
Yeah, they didn't pass us off yet. Thought I might have missed it. The transmissions are a little low. Can you hear the rain pelting the aircraft?
Climate 107 control, climate maker flight level 300.
Yeah, you can see the rain slapping the sides there. Flaps 1, speed check. So they want us at 5,000 or above at Dixie. We just passed 5,000 now. We're still a few miles out. Flaps up, speed check.
Yeah, we've been given the wrong frequency. We're with you now, United 35380, smooth ride.
Would be nice if their stuff matched all around. But that's their networking guy. I guess he just can't figure this stuff out, man. Yeah, look at that rain. And it's nice because I'm not seeing any Star Wars rain anywhere now. Very nice. All right, coming up on Dixie. Dixie, we should have 16.1 on the fuel with 16.3. Still 2.5 miles out, though. 9.4 on the fuel, and we get into, where we headed to here? Oh, St. Petersburg. When we get into St. Petersburg, we still about 565 miles left to go. Top of climb, a little over 100 miles. And we're inbound. Rory, that's going to be 150. Rory, they want us above 12. Right now we're 8,500 climbing. We're still 25 miles out, so I don't think that constraint's going to be an issue either. 250 knot climb out.
That's a go.
And do they hand us over? No.
Channel 910, contact control 126.1.
126.1, Channel 910.
Nashville Tower, Allegiant 2610. We'd like to continue our climb up if we can. Right now we're at 10. We can get cleaned up anyway.
Dear guests, we are pleased to inform you that the use of approved electronic devices is now permitted in flight mode.
Climb maintain requested altitude, Allegiant 2610. All right, we're good on up.
We wish you a pleasant flight with Allegiant Air Flight 2610.
All right, we're looking at, let's see, we're at 370 today. That should be coming into range, and 51. So how are we looking here? Pressure is coming up nicely. Temperature back there is nice and comfortable. N1, N2, EGT, oil pressure, temperature, quantity, vibrations all looking pretty good, as well as our hydraulics, quantity, and pressure. All in all, pretty cool ride.
Yeah, Channel 910, waiting for level 370.
Channel 910, and take the flight, report point 01.
Oh, it's nice. That Star Wars rain is gone. Oh, yeah.
Channel 910, point 01.
Definitely liking that.
Golden Dylan, Channel 910.
So, Corey, they want us above 12. That's it for the constraints out of Nashville. Right now, we're at 13.1 climbing out, so that constraint is met. And they basically just cleared us on up to cruise altitude, out discretion, so. Rather nice departure.
Control 129.3.
And yeah, it is dumping, and there's nothing to see out there.
Airfish cargo 53, contact control 132.5.
132.5, Airfish cargo 53.
I wonder, let's see if we can test. Let's see if the windows are going to freeze up. Let's see if that's working in the Zibo mod. Temperature down is now down to -1, so let's see if we get some freezing.
Thank you.
Channel 5 minutes to contact control 126.1.
126.1, Channel 592.
Doesn't look like it though. We're going to be coming up on 18 now. We're going to get on over to standard pressure, cross-check that. And we're actually pretty mellow here, so we're going to let them run around. Pressure's coming up nicely. Temperature back there is nice and comfortable. Beautiful ride, despite the weather, but I did that on purpose because I wanted to check this stuff out. And I think we're looking pretty good now. Check this ride on the big screen later. we cruising at here? Now we're going to bump that up. Bump that cruise up. We didn't have any restrictions on the way down. All right, that's Rory. Rory, 15.2 on the fuel with 15.2. We'll have 9.2 when we get in. 5:40 left to go to St. Petersburg. 82 miles will be at cruise. And that's what, 20 minutes from the gate? 8 minutes since we entered the runway. And we're inbound Tippett, and that's going to be $1.70. And from Tippett, we're into Denst, and then Denst puts us at the end of the SID. So we're about 60 miles out of the SID, out of Nashville. Well on our way now. And the rain is kind of eased up on the sides now. Not in the front though.
Climb to flight level 350.
Climb level 350, 050.
So I think flying in inclement weather now is going to be a lot harder. Alright, we're cruising in on the Tippin 14.9. We're 15 right now, still 4 miles out. 5:30 left to go. Just about 70 miles. We're going to be at cruise. We got 9.2 on the fuel when we get in. N1, N2, EGT, oil pressure, temperature, quantity, vibrations, fuel flows looking good, as well as our pressure's coming up beautifully. Temperature back there is nice and comfortable. Great ride. We're inbound Dense. That's 143, and Dense puts us at the end of the SID.
Control, good morning. Radar contact report, Победа.
Yeah, they're definitely getting a little mixed up. Climb and maintain your requested altitude, then right after that it says descend and maintain requested altitude. Okay. I get a little sprinkle of rain here every now and then.
Level 360.
Airfan 111, control, good morning. Radar contact report, Robla.
Report Robla, Air France, triple weather.
That's coming into range now.
132.5, choose.
132.5. Gas 8251, flight level 340.
6251, control, good morning. Radar contact report, Победа.
Alright, we're going to be moving off the moving map section of that chart, so let's bring up. There we are.
163, contact control, 129.3.
129.3, Austin, 6 to flight.
See if Atlanta's transmitting.
Charleston 219, contact control, 126.
Yeah, 130 miles out of Atlanta now. And 1088 would be Talladega. Let's see, they putting out. Might be a little too far.
Good morning, Channel 421, Mr. Neighbor 340.
Climbing up beautifully. The pressures come up nicely. Temperature's nice and comfortable back there. 50 miles will be at cruise. Just about 500 left to go to St. Petersburgh. Clear water. Man, that Star Wars rain is now gone. That is a tremendous upgrade, man. Oh, I could not stand that warp speed nonsense. And believe it or not, there are actually individuals on forums that will tell you it's close to real. It's amazing. I actually had to go ahead and put up a couple of photos and a video to actually prove my point to one individual. Gentleman's trying to tell me that Star Wars stuff that you see, he even sees it in his headlights in his car when he's driving in the rain. I mean, maybe if you did a tab of acid before you got in the car, you'd see that, but... So I put up a video of hurricane winds blowing the rain around, and there's no white streaks anywhere. After that, the guy just kind of disappeared. But it's amazing. There are individuals out there that will stick up for X-Plane 12 no matter what. And the same holds true for 2020 and 24. They will tell you you're wrong no matter what. Because that's their sim of choice. No matter what you say, you can't change their mind no matter what. But I fly both, and I'll tell you exactly what I think of both. What I like about them, what I don't like about them. And that's the only way things are going to get better. You sit there and you keep touting these guys as being the greatest things in sliced bread, even though things look ridiculous, things will never get fixed. So, those individuals sticking up for these people all over the place, you're actually doing more harm to the flight sim community than you are helping it. It's looking pretty good. Yeah, I think saying intentions is a little wonky here. When are we getting a handoff? We should be getting a handoff here real soon. Alright, we're leaving Memphis area. We should be getting into Atlanta's airspace here soon. Hopefully that'll make a little bit more sense. Matter of fact, we should be in their airspace within the next 10 miles. We should get a handoff.
Vietnam 37 contact control 132.05. 132.5, good day, Vietnam 37.
Still have some rain going on in the front though. But I set it up for rain the entire ride. And I think I'm pretty sure that Star Wars nonsense is gone. And this is going to be nice. Now we got to find some inclement areas to go do a whole lot of flying. Got to see what it does with snow though. That would be next. Would be nice to get the snow sticking on the windshield. Alright, coming up on Dense. Dense puts us at the end of the SID. We should have 13.9 on the fuel. We're 13.9 right now. 9.3 on the fuel when we get into Petersburgh on the back end. 480 to go, 12 miles. We're at cruise. And we are inbound LGC. That's going to be $170.
Report up base, Cathay Republic.
And let's see if they're transmitting 115.6.
1,000 to go.
Here you go. We are 106 miles out of Lagrange. Lagrange? It's hard for me to see the text. It's so tiny. And even when you zoom in, the text stays small. You would think the text would get bigger with it, but it doesn't. Looks like Lagrange. That's what it looks like. For those that may know the area, I'm sure you know.
KLM 808, level 340.
KLM 808, identify the renewal, Montana level 340, next report, Kilo Delta.
All right, that puts us at 37,000 feet. So we're at flight level 370. It's 28 minutes from the gate, 18 minutes since we entered the runway, 470 miles left to go to St. Petersburg, 328 to top of descent. So a little ways to go. It's 4:08, we're due down 4:48. 40 minutes, we're on our way down. We're due in an hour and 8 minutes. That puts us at 136. They did the ride at 142, so we're a little ahead of schedule. But I did crank up the cruise, so that's pretty much expected. Hey, man, I didn't see you sneak in here, man. How you doing? Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, I'm getting a night ride in here with some really nasty rain. Checking out the inclement weather effects.
Vietnam 19 contact control 132.05. Goodbye.
132.05 Vietnam 119 good day.
Getting a little sprinkle here and there on the sides, but we are getting rain in the front. But I do have it set through the developers menu because I wanted to check the rain effect with the wipers and all that, and I think we are golden. I don't want that. All right, what are we on? Route 19 right now? Jet Route 19? Yeah.
343 contact control 132.05. Bye.
132 contact ATC Communications. Target 6356 177 flight 280.
Correct 6356 control radar contact flying maintain control 320 report get and flight time.
6356 flying maintain level 320 we will report get
75 miles out of Atlanta and 83 miles out of La Grange. Yes, see, look, they're asking us to expedite our descent down to 10,000. We're still 310 miles away from top of descent, 450 miles left to go, so I do believe that they are confused. I wonder if they'll be able to figure this out. Let's see. Atlanta Center, be advised, Allegiant 2610. We are inbound St. Petersburg. We're not due to descend for another 305 miles. Let's see if they can figure that out and correct this. Okay, yeah. Roger, noted. Descend when ready and advise. Okay. Yeah, Allegiant, descend our discretion, 2610. All right, that should be in range now, 71. So yeah, I think they got a little mixed up there.
Flight direct launch. Flight direct launch, let's go AT 661.
Delta 200.
Yeah, no cracking of the windows. We don't want none of that. Although I'm already on oxygen, so I'm good.
200.
So we bust a window, I'm all right. I might just have to kick up the flow a little bit higher, though.
Roger, contact full traffic.
So I'm hoping that this rain is going to kick in real nasty on the way down, which is going to make it interesting to see just how well we're going to be able to put it down. Last night I did some testing. I mean, I came in like the space shuttle when I was coming in to do that landing, doing some testing. I wouldn't do that in the real aircraft, but this time we're actually doing a run and we're going to see what it's going to be like. So I'm just hoping that the rain on the sides are going to kick back in. They should when we get lower.
A223.
Delta 200. Delta 200.
but I still have rain in the front. So, but that's the server computer, so I guess the server computer doesn't shoot it out to the sides as well. More networking stuff for the networking guy to try and figure out. Oh, we make it out. We get a ground speed of 466. We're cruising at Mach 0.8. So we're definitely going to get in early. And we got a 17 knot crosswind just about. Might be helping a little bit, but not much. 285 to go, top of descent. 425 left, just about.
Battery 8223.
Good afternoon, maintaining flight level 340.
France 165, radar contact maintain 340, David pass me.
Alex, pass me, maintaining 340. Do we have to maintain Mach decimal 85?
With the ship.
Biggest. 27, 8 report speed.
Reducing 250.
I'm going to have to make my way to Home Depot here within the next day or two. I have to pick up wood so I can build the wall attached to that homemade table that I have there, so I can hook up the new 85-inch monitors once they get here. So hopefully I can get that done before they get here. Then the two TVs on the side are going to be on their stands, and then the one in the front is going to be on a mount. This way I can bring it right up to the flight deck. You know, it'd be right up to the front of the shell. And it'll probably be about 5 or 6 inches lower, which is going to bring these down 5 or 6 inches lower. I still won't be able to see the top of the monitor, but it's really going to make it difficult for me to see outside this shelf, especially with this monitor here. And the monitors are going to come back just about 3/4 of the way past the second window, just about. So we're really going to have nice full coverage all the way around. And these TVs that are a little tired are going to be replaced with some new ones. Some of the flickers that you see that I get will hopefully go away, because these monitors, they don't have that fluctuating refresh rate. It's locked. 24, 25, I think 26, 27, 29, 30, and 60. That's it. So the other monitor is going to 120. And it has the variable refresh rate. So I'm hoping that I'm going to see less flickers as a result. But I'm waiting just to see what's going to happen with the Memorial Day sale. I might be able to save another $600. So right now it's $800 off on the monitors. I'm getting $500 off on the 3 monitors right now from Costco, and it comes with 3-year additional warranty, brings it up to 5 years. But I've seen these TVs in the past on sale instead of $24.99 for $21.99 or $22.99. So I'm buying 3. If I save $600, that basically covers the tax here in Florida. So I'll get the 3 monitors basically for $7 grand.
Air Canada 469, Center, good morning.
So, yeah, I know. My wife knows that already. She knows exactly where to find me. In the garage, in the flight deck, or working on the flight deck, or somewhere underneath the flight deck. Oh, yeah. That's for sure. Even all the neighbors know. If they need me, if my wife is out running around, whatever the case may be, they know. Bang on the garage door. Don't ring the bell, don't knock on the front door, because I won't hear that. So they all know.
Yeah, that's those are GTAA times, so yeah.
Better yet, if they came to the side door, it'd be even easier. And I haven't had the front garage door open in over 10 years. Once these 3 monitors come down, I'm going to open up the garage door, get some air in here. I can't open it because the garage door actually hits the television, and it would hit the 85-inch coming in here as well. So I had to take my garage door opener out from the center, or else these TVs wouldn't fit at all. So I have to lift it up manually. But it hasn't been open in over 10 years.
Negative.
Let's see, Columbus, you guys putting out here. Yeah, 46 miles out of Columbus. Still have a little ways to go before we get into Jacksonville's airspace.
Okay, Roger. 290 or greater on the way in.
Now they're telling us to descend and maintain 2,610 feet.
Or greater all the way now.
So that is definitely wrong. So say intentions is a little bit wonky today.
Good evening, Captain Michael. Would you like anything to drink or a small snack while we cruise?
Yeah, bring me a shot and a beer. That's new. I don't think I've ever heard her ask me if I want anything like that before. That's pretty cool. Be nice if I pushed the attendant button and have my wife come in here. All right, we're coming up on LGC. We should have 12.6 on the fuel. We've got 12.8. We're still 10 out. 9.2 on the fuel holding when we get into St. Petersburg, Clearwater. 380 left to go. 238, we're on our way down. 28 minutes, we're going to start our descent. And that's 40 minutes on the head now since we left the gate. 30 minutes on the head since we entered the runway. And they did the ride in an hour and 42 minutes. So we'll see just how close we come to that. And that basically puts us over Lagrange.
Air Canada 346, 79135. 35 Air Canada 346.
Right, LGC puts us inbound to Honnet, and I think Honnet puts us on the arrival into St. Petersburg. Let me take a look at that chart. Let's bring up St. Petersburg. And we had the bangs to arrival. Yeah, we get on the arrival at Honnet. So we are 94 miles out of the arrival into St. Petersburg. And we're inbound Honnet now. We're going to 159.
Air Canada 469, when ready.
And now we make it out here. Pressure's holding nicely. Temperature back there is nice and comfortable. N1, N2, EGT, oil pressure, temperature, quantity, vibrations, fuel flows all looking pretty good, as well as our hydraulics, quantity, and pressure's all good. Beautiful ride from cold and dark. This was an originator flight, so we were absolutely, completely shut down.
Rouge 1703, when ready, descend by the 40.
I think that's enough air. Just put that back toward the computers.
Rouge 1535, descend when ready, by the 40.
When ready, descend by level P40, Rouge 1535.
Let's see, Fort Benning, are you guys putting out here? 111.4, let's see.
Endeavor 5045, Toronto now 12577.
2577, Endeavor 5045, good day. Air Canada 349, 19.8, climate 230.
Canada 349, you're back on level 300.
300, Canada 349.
Encore 3495, contact 1977.
See if you can. You're putting out Pecan. Yep, we're 80 miles out of Pecan.
Air Canada 469, 119,
And that is haunted.
11977 Air Canada 469.
That should be in range now. That is good.
Rouge 1703, 11977.
That's looking good, and that is looking good. Alright, since say intentions is all mixed up, let's just work the charts here. We're going to descend our discretion into St. Petersburg. So we have haunted at all heaven clamp on they want us above 8, between 13 and 7. Okay, so we're basically good down to 13.
Morning, Air Canada 632 with you, 16,000.
200 miles now, top of descent. Just about 345 left to go.
Level 310.
Level 310, Air Canada 632.
And she's pretty much been an uneventful ride.
Air Canada 479, 195 for 330. Air Canada 479, good morning, level 280. 280, Air Canada 479.
What they use in the real world? 36? How long is 36? I got it pouring out down there. It is dumping. We have some. Let me have. I want that. I want you. What's our gate?
Good morning, Air Canada.
Gate 12. Oh yeah, 9,700 feet. Yeah, even with the rain, we're good. Where's our gate? Gate 12. Yeah, we don't need customs. Alright, we're away from the terminal building there. Okay.
FedEx 9153, good morning, 38. Encore 3513, contact 11977.
Alright, Paul, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Hope you have a great rest of your day, brother. Catch you on Discord.
Air Canada 479, when ready, stand by level 2401, Air Canada 479.
Alright, about another 5 minutes. We're going to be getting into Jacksonville's airspace here. Be leaving Atlanta's airspace.
No recent report.
If you're just getting pretty much consistent light shots by the center, those kind of higher, we'll line up for this.
Okay, you can try higher or lower there. Canada Day traffic, going one.
The route request flight level 320.
And 349, climb level 3.
Flight 320, Canada Day 227.
Alaska 460, contact center 13887.
Pressure's holding nicely. Temperature is nice and comfortable back there. N1, N2, EGT, oil pressure, temperature, quantity, vibrations looking good, as well as our hydraulics. What are we looking at? 325 to go. We're going to start down at 180. About 20 minutes, 22 minutes, we're going to start down. Oh, here we go.
Group 112, good morning.
Wow, man, their transmissions are super low. Yalagon 2610, we can expect the bangs to arrival, haunted transition, and we can plan for the descent in about 20 minutes. Yalagon 2610, thanks. Alright, so either they're back on track or maybe they kind of read my low data sheet here and got an update. Alright, so we're good down to 13 out discretion right now. We're still a little ways out though, 175 miles before we start down, huh? And that should be coming in a range now.
Good day, WestJet. 353 climbing 18.7 for 230.
And we are what? 38 miles out of Haunted, and that puts us on the arrival.
WestJet 353.
Might as well just bring that up now. Bangs to
Air Canada 479, contact final
and let's put this in now as well. That was ZS. And we're looking at
Center, good morning, coming 815, 92, contact 32.
Coming 815, good morning, contact 50.
5 level 50.
looking at here. That looks good.
Brickyard 367.
Out here, we'll be coming in at $140 just about.
577.
You said that frequency again, we heard the 25, but we didn't hear the rest.
2577, 2577.
Alright, what size 77?
Center, good morning, WestJet 243. We're checking in 380 with Alpha.
WestJet 243, good morning, 38.
Be looking at here. Get you set up as well. This decision's going to be a deuce, and a deuce that's cross-checked. Airport elevation is coming down to. Alright, that's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. You're going at 356.
At 45.
$108.7. And we're holding at 2,000 on a mist, right? At lawful. That looks good.
Morning, I kind of 480, 118, climbing 230.
Air Canada 480, contact 310.
310, 480.
Zones is going to be a deuce. Let's actually.
Air Canada 480, contact
Swaga.
40.
You're not in the database. Did I put that in right? I did not. Dyslexia, you're kicking in again.
WestJet 353, what's the mark?
670 for
Swaga.
WestJet 353.
Roger.
Okay.
WestJet 377, what's the mark?
75 for WestJet 377.
You don't want to take it, do you?
WestJet
Okay.
377, mark 77%.
I'll pick it up 377, then WestJet 377.
No, I don't want that.
WestJet 353, mark 70 left.
70 left, WestJet 353, thank you.
Numbers are being a little difficult today.
WestJet 309, that's 240.
WestJet 309, good morning, squawk
Thank you.
47.
Let's make sure we didn't screw that up. That's all looking pretty good. we are inbound. That's 185, and that puts us on the arrival into St. Petersburg. I don't need that anymore. So we're on the Bangs 2 arrival now. What are we looking at? 275 to go to St. Petersburg, 134 we're going to start down. Some raindrops picking up there. So we should get dumped on as far as the rain is concerned on the way down as well. It'll rain this whole ride. 15 minutes, we're on our way down.
Oscar 240, West 377.
Westjet 353, descend when ready, close.
Westjet 350, correction, taken.
Matter of fact, we can even get you set.
Westjet 240 when ready, Westjet 353.
Westjet 353, contact 11977.
1977 now, Westjet 353.
Westjet 377, Toronto 11977.
Oh, you're early.
Westjet 377 today.
Yeah. No, I'll come get him. I'm going to start down in a little over 100 miles. So, yeah, I'm going to go. I'll take my meds now. Yeah. All right, you know what? It's almost 3 o'clock. I got to take my 3 o'clock meds. I'm going to go take them now before we start down. We've got 258 miles left to go to Clearwater. 115, we're on our way down. 15 minutes, we're going to start our descent. I'm going to go take my meds. I'll be right back.
Westjet 243, descend when ready, close.
When ready, 240, Westjet 243.
Air Canada 774, contact center 135.
35 today for Nashville Airport. Maintaining flight level 360, DPDSP.
Egypt Air 995. Westjet 243, 11977.
1977, Westjet 243. Now Westjet 547, flight level 380 Alpha.
Westjet 547, good morning, flight level 380.
Good morning,
Air Canada 776, good morning, 310.
Morning, November 918, Charlie 410, occasional line check.
November 918, Charlie, good morning, 410.
Good morning, Canada 441, we're climbing through 209 for 230.
Air Canada 441, good morning, climb flight level 280.
Level 280, sir, Canada 441.
Nurse Cratchit is happy. My meds are taken. I'm good. All right, that's coming into range now. 185, that's looking pretty good. All right, 95 miles now. We're going to start down. 235 left to go. 12 minutes, we're going to start our descent. And where are we? We're inbound Thriller. Or Thurtle, however you're going to pronounce that. Either way, we're not going to be on the moving map display until we're inbound Lala. Still over 100 miles before we hit that. How are we looking here? N1, N2, EGT, oil pressure, temperature, quantity, vibrations looking pretty good. Pressure's holding nicely. Temperature back there is nice and comfortable. And our hydraulics, quantity and pressure's fine. Great run. And that is an hour since we left the gate, 50 minutes since we entered the runway. 2:30 left to go. They did this ride in an hour and 42 minutes. We're going to be a little early. I kicked up the cruise a bit.
Canada 441, when you're ready, you can send the flight. When ready to send 240, Canada 441.
And we're doing 5:19, so you figure 39 minutes, hour and 39. We're 3 minutes early right now.
Canada.
From the real world ride.
Canada 357, Center, good morning. Flight level
5360, Canada 357.
I think what I may do is I may take a look at that other Lewis script. I won't put the rain down as speed, but maybe I'll put it down as altitude. So once I hit a certain altitude, the rain will just shut off automatically, so I have better control over it. Because as you can see, there's no rain. Well, we're getting a little bit of sprinkle here and there on the side, but we're still getting dumped on in the front, and that should be gone by now. So I may have to alter that Lewis script just a little bit. Maybe have the rain turned off at 10,000 feet or whatever.
Center Brickyard 6144, level 370.
Brickyard 6144.
All right, we're coming up on Thurtle. Thurtle, we should have 10-8, that is. We're 11-1. We're 15 miles out, though. 9-3 on the fuel when we get in. 2:15 left to go. 70 miles, we're on our way down. 9 minutes. We'll start our descent. And we're good down to 13.
Good morning, Flight level 35.
Well, actually, we're good down to 8. Above 8 at Corel, and then Banks is between 13 and 7, so we're good all the way down to 8.
What's that 547?
Descent 240, one good 547.
Uh-oh, the AI air marshal's activated. Look out. Show your tickets. All right, we're going to be inbound Heaven. Heaven, we're going to 145. And that is 40 out. $60 miles now, we're going to start down. Just about 200 left to go.
What's that 547, 119,
1977, 12547.
dark out there.
That's Canada 441, 11977. 187, Hogan Air, Canada 441.
Does look like we're picking up a rabbit. Approach lighting to an airport out in the distance, right in between the clouds. A little. Now, is that Ocala? Or was that Williamson?
Air Canada 607, good morning.
Oh yeah, we just got a blast of rain there. Alright, that should be in range now.
Around the morning, Air Canada 400 at the flight level 190, climbing flight level 230.
Air Canada 400, climb flight level 330.
Climb level 330, Air Canada flight.
No, meds are gone. Take a look. I took them early. She's checking up on me. Make sure I took my meds. I would still have 7 minutes left anyway, and I'm not supposed to take them till 3, so. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of rain picking up here on the left and on the right now.
That's 324, go direct to left. Direct to left, what's it, 3-4?
Good morning, Jazz 16, but history 17 test for flight level 230.
Jazz 16, good morning, climb flight level 360.
Flight level 360 for Jazz 16.
Yeah, I think the rain is going to be very nasty on the way in.
Trying to get a Rouge 7109 over checking in at flight level 280.
Rouge 1709, 280.
Where are we coming up here? We're coming up on Haven. That should be coming into range now.
Center, good day, Maple 7625, flight level 360.
Maple 765, good morning. 360.
Toronto Center, good morning, 15579, flight level 340.
What's that 579, good morning. 340.
Center, Canada 401, that's flight level 360.
Yeah, 401.
Coming up on Haven now. Should have 10.5 with 10.6. Still 15 out. 9.3 holding on the fuel when we get into Clearwater. Just about 170 left to go. 30 miles now. We're going to start down. Give me a few more minutes and we'll get them back in their seats.
74.
And I said we're good all the way down to 8.
Gladly, sir.
Our discretion. Yes. Yep.
Air Canada 401, what's the figure?
East 305, Air Canada 401.
Canada 401, 2909.
16 knot tailwind helping us along now. Speed's bumped up to 472 on the ground speed. A little bit of a help. Alright, Haven, and we're going to be inbound. Clamp is 156. Fuel is good. N1, N2, EGT, oil pressure, temperature, quantity, vibrations. That's all looking pretty good. Fuel flow's looking pretty good. Pressure's good. Temperature's nice and comfortable. And our hydraulic pressure quantity is fine. Beautiful run. Uneventful ride. And although we are on the arrival into Clearwater, we're not on the moving map section of Navigraph charts just yet, but we will be in about 50 miles. Top of descent, 16 miles, 158 left to go. Give them another minute and we'll get them back in their seats.
I said 579, go ahead. I realize it's not needed to get the descent, but should we be planning a higher speed in our descent? We'll plan on 290 or better. Gladly will do.
And what are we holding on the back end here? We're holding a deuce.
Air Canada 49 traffic, good morning, 280.
At La Fall. And we're coming in at a buck 41.
And flight level 280, Air Canada 497. Victor 6144, looking for traffic, 12 o'clock.
Alright, let's get them back in their seats now.
Alright, looking for traffic, Victor 6144. April 7625, traffic at 11 o'clock, 12 miles. Up to direction 1000 above, square. Okay, April 7625.
That should be coming into range.
Canada 602, 186, first 230.
Canada 602, climb level 310.
Climb level 310.
Speed's coming down now. We're going to do a 250 knot descent. So the rain is going to start picking up again, big time all around. And we're on our way down. So that's an hour and 11 minutes from the gate, an hour and 1. It just flipped since we entered the runway. We have 141 miles left to go to St. Petersburgh. It is 4:51. We're doing at 5:20. So just under a half an hour.
The use of lavatories is no longer permitted. Thank you for your cooperation as we prepare for landing.
Air Canada 607, 119, 77. 1977, Air Canada 607.
So within the next 30 miles, we should be on the moving map section here. We're well into the arrival, though, into St. Petersburg, though. And they use runway 36, so we're going to come around. We're going to be making some right-hand turns. You're not going to have much of a view out the window if the rain's going to hold up like I have it in here, so it's going to be a nasty approach. And we're coming up on clamp. Clamp, we should have 10-3 on the fuel. We're 10-3 on the fuel. We'll have 9-4 when we get in. 129 left to go. Pressure's starting to come down nicely now, and the temperature's nice and comfortable back there. And we're inbound La. We're going to 169.
Maple 765, when ready, descent flight level 240.
When ready, flight level 240, 7625.
So we should be on that chart within the next 15 miles or so.
1977, Maple 765.
that should be in range. .250-knot descent, nicely done. Just about 120 miles left to go.
Flight level 240, better.
Multiple layers of clouds and overcast and nastiness down there. We are going to get dumped on.
Air Canada 401, when ready, descend flight level 240.
Flight right down to 240, Air Canada 401.
WestJet 579er, contact Toronto Center on 119.77, and this level is P.1.
WestJet 579, will go.
Air Canada 401, contact Center 119.77, good morning.
1977, Air Canada 401, good morning.
Our pressure's coming down. Temperature's nice. Just about 110 miles left. Coming up on La La, we should have 10-2. We're 10-3 right now, 7 out. 9-4 on the fuel when we get in. And we are on that moving map section of Navigraph charts now. And we're right on the button. And from La La, we're inbound Corral. That's going to be 61.
Air Canada 497, contact Center 119.77, good morning.
1977, good morning, Air Canada 497.
Let's get you, let's just check that one more time.
Air Canada 440, contact Center 135.05,
Right, deuce. That's good. We are looking at 356. 87, 1087, it's looking pretty good. And we've got gate 12, we're off to the side.
249 Heavy, Center, good morning, radar identified, proceed now direct Kingston, India Golf, November,
Direct to Kingston, Santiago below.
India Golf, November.
India Golf, November, direct Kingston, Korean Air, 249, thank you.
Air Canada 357, contact Center on 13442, good morning.
3442, Air Canada 357, good day.
Jazz 16, contact Center on 13442, so long.
3442 now.
Rain's really starting to pick up now.
Canada 317280.
Air Canada 317, Southern 1, level 280.
Hello, ride.
Seems to be 20 and below are the better rides. Anything higher west of that is constantly jumping.
Okay, thanks.
AC 4666 X-ray contact something on 134.9.
Yeah, range pretty much steady now.
Morning.
Yeah, we definitely get an airplane wash now. Corral, they want us above 8,000. We're 21.5 descending, so I don't think that constraint's going to be an issue. And from there, above 8, above 7.
WestJet 246, running good morning. Flight level 39er, sir.
And that should be coming in range now.
Should be good going eastbound. Seems like the chop is west.
And we are getting slammed with rain now.
Shadow good day, Air Canada 691, level 360.
Air Canada 691, Center, good morning. Flight level 360, identify front of latest route.
We'll get firm for Air Canada 691.
What did they give us? 29.97. Cross check that.
Lindbergh 627, Center, good morning. Rain right now.
That's set.
Mark Brown, AC 4230, flight level 299, climbing 360.
AC 4230, Center, good morning. Radar identified.
Nothing but rain out there now. We're getting slammed. All right, that's 18. Let's get on local pressure and cross-check that. Mighty dog out there.
Jump to 298, good morning. Flight level 31.
Coming up on Corral. Corral, we should have 10-1. We're 10-1 right now. Still holding 9-4 when we get into St. Petersburg. 72 miles left to go. Pressure's coming down nicely. Temperature back there is still nice and comfortable. And 1 and 2 EGT, oil pressure, temperature, quantity, vibrations. Fuel flow is good, as well as our hydraulics. Surprised there's nothing on the weather radar.
Air Canada 691.
Just doesn't seem to pick up weather.
Likely to start down now for traffic. Level 300 and below is your discretion.
Freedom, flight level 240. Descend now down to 300.
All right, above 8 at Corral. We're 16-2. They want us between 13 and 7 at Bangs. So that's the next constraint coming up.
Air Canada 635, level 360. Air Canada 635, sir, good day, it is Charlie.
I think we're in between cloud layers now.
And
then bolts is 3,000.
A little bump here at 28. Can we correct 6-0?
Air Canada 443, descend flight level 240, and that's at your discretion, level off wherever you like.
Alright, descend to 240, and at our discretion, we will level off wherever we like. We'll try to zero to strike 443.
Gotcha.
Yeah, ILS 36 approach. Yep. Well, at least I know the rain works. Ha. We're coming up on bangs now. We're 13.8 descending. They want us below 13. We're still 2.5 miles out. So we're going to pass at 13 right on the button. 60 miles out of clear water now. And that's an hour and 24 minutes from the gate, 114 from the runway. And they did this ride in an hour and 42 minutes. So we're pretty much right on the button. A couple of minutes early. All right, we're inbound Kittle.
Air Canada 691, contact center at 119er77.
119er, 77, Air Canada 691, so long.
Air Canada 443, contact center at 119er.
All right, Kittle, 10 on the fuel, 10 on the fuel, 9-3 when we get in. 54 miles left to go. And we're inbound Bolts.
Jet 245, flight level 360.
WestJet 245 Center, good morning. ATIS is now Delta, squawking code 2223.
Okay, we'll get to Delta, squawking 2223, WestJet 245.
Right on the button. And from Bolts, we're heading 090. We would pick up ATC instructions from there.
200, climbing 230.
Cruise 1790, Center, good morning. Proceed direct IPTOS on course and climb initially flight level 290.
Direct IPTOS on course 5290, ready 1790.
And from Bolts, we're going 090.
Center, Raglan 200, climbing flight level 230.
Raglan 200, Center, good morning. Climb flight level 290.
Climb flight level 290, Raglan 200.
Raglan 200, proceed direct to Miglow on course.
Direct to Miglow on course, Raglan.
Outbound Bolts is going to be 090.
Air Canada 635, one ready to descend flight level 240.
That up right now.
One ready to descend 240, Air Canada 635.
Canada 402 with you, 19-4, climbing flight level 230.
Air Canada 402, Center, climb flight level 350.
Climb flight level 350, Air Canada 402.
Well, thanks, Tom. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're getting slammed with a whole lot of rain this run.
At 581, it was down at 19 for flight level 230.
Exit jet 581, center, climb flight level 330.
330, exit jet 581.
Now we're coming up on 10. That's set. You are set, and let's get the wipers going.
Rouge 1790, climb flight level 370.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now beginning our final approach into St. Petersburg. Please turn off all electronic devices and stow them until we have arrived at the gate. Kindly ensure your tray tables are put away, your seats are in their full upright position, and your seat belts are securely fastened. The weather at our destination is clear with a temperature of 34 degrees Celsius.
Not the weather I have said, it's not. We're getting slammed with rain.
We prepare for landing.
Lindbergh 6278, contact the center 12577.
2577, number 6278.
Turn right heading 180, vectors for ILS runway 36 approach. Speed down to 210 knots, sir, Allegiant 2610. We're down to what, 210? Let's slow us down, Louis. Drag required, yeah, no kidding. I'm on it, Louis. I'm on it. So basically we're going to be running parallel. We're going to be making right-hand turns to come into St. Petersburg. Although you're really not going to have much of a view with all this rain.
Air Canada 635, contact center 11977.
Take in frequency for Air Canada 635.
Air Canada 635, left center on 11977.
11977, Air Canada 635, good day.
Turn left heading 145, Allegiant 2610.
West 245.
West 245, go ahead.
Any comments on the ride into Toronto Point?
West 245, only complaint on the way in was that flight level
1,000 to go.
280, the traffic went down to 26 and stayed level for a while.
Okay,
They say.
bump to 36 right now, so just curious.
West 245, roger. When you're ready, descend flight level 240, and if you find some smoother air on the way down, you can level out.
Okay, we check one ready, 240, West Jet 245.
Gotcha.
West Jet 611, right report to 260.
West 611, in your track, it's been mostly smooth.
Nice, no more Star Wars rain.
Climb flight level 360.
No more warp speed. Outstanding.
JetBlue 298, contact the center 12387.
23 is mostly.
Rouge 1790, contact 135.6. Good day.
35. Why they're bringing us this far out?
Town over Canada 604 with you at 20.9, climbing flight level 230.
Oh, I'm hoping to do TVs here before the end of the month. Helping run in town. I still have to do a little building to build a wall back here to mount that one. So I'm going from 75 to 85, but I want to push it up against the shell, so I still have to get that built as well.
Rouge 1502.
How we doing here? And they're still holding us this way. Huh?
370, Rouge 1502.
Man, they're bringing us out past Tampa. Alright, come on. These guys are playing games.
Thank you, 45, center point.
Actually, it was 180.
Rouge 1502, contact 135 and all seconds today.
That puts us 10 miles out.
Center Skywest 31, correct, Skywest 5619 is level 310.
Goes 619, contact.
Yeah, we definitely in the nastiness now.
Toronto is 518. Flight level
I'll give me flaps 1, speed check. Let's start slowing up here.
Westjet 518, good morning, Flight level 370.
And I said we're coming into buck 40 now, not 41. That
You know
works.
what, there might be up onto the lake top, but not nowhere from the plane, so it should be mostly smooth.
Excellent. Good smooth for us so far.
And we can even put you up in there. Just about parallel to St. Petersburgh, Clearwater.
5420, center, roger.
Couple of rights and we're on our way in.
Westjet 518, reclear climb level 260 initially.
Flight level
Yeah, I've got everything already bookmarked, ready to press the purchase button, Tom. But I'm waiting to see if there's going to be a sale coming up.
1,000 to go.
Because the prices that are on those TVs right now end, I think, the 17th. So I think that's when they're going to change them and put up a sale. So, and if it's anything like the last sale, it was $200 a TV. So that $600 will actually pay for the tax. So I'll get the 3 TVs for $7 grand. As opposed to $7,900. I'll be saving like $900, just about. And they're giving me the additional 3-year warranty for 5 years total. So that's pretty nice.
303, climbing to level 330, good morning.
And we are in the thick of it right here.
Westjet 518, climb level 270.
Flight level 270, Westjet 518.
And we're holding at a deuce. Give me flaps 5, speed check. So we're about 20 miles out. We're going to head out a little bit. We got a couple of rights coming up and we're on our way in.
Got a 404 center, good morning,
And give me 10 on the flaps.
330, and just keep the speed up there, keep the number 1, let's go.
Okay, 330, and I'll keep the speed up again on 404.
Roger.
Left heading 150.
Head on up.
Westjet 518, climb level 290, sir.
Flight level 290, Westjet 518.
And let's bring up that other chart now.
Air Canada 404, do it some southbound.
And we are right on the edge of that screen right there. It really brought us a little ways out. Just about ready to make that turn.
Westjet 518, climb level 310.
Flight level 310, Westjet 518.
Roger.
Can make out some of the ground here on the left, some of the lights on the ground. Barely. It is thick. Let's get you going there, Johnny.
Or flight level 230. 10-868 Heavy Center, good morning. Climb flight level 290 initially.
Climb now, flight level 290 or 10-868.
Roger. Westjet 518, climb flight level 370.
Flight level 370, Westjet 518.
All right, we're inbound Ronix. And then we got the one right coming up, run our way in.
Korean Air 08 flight level 350, strict
Korean Air 081 Super Center, roger, good morning.
And on the mist, we're doing 276 and we're holding it at deuce, right? At
Allegiant 2610, 8 miles from Stones, turn right, heading 295, descend and maintain 2,000 feet, altimeter.
Little over 57, we do 92 for 230.
Rouge 1577, good morning, flight level 29.
Turn right, head 295, descend and maintain 2,000, altimeter 29907. Cleared for the ILS runway 36 approach for helicopter 2610. I got some city lights out there, a couple of skyscrapers picking out in between the rain. Not much though. And we got one more right coming up. Just about 15 miles out, we're done. Oh yeah, you can see the rain streaking off the top.
Rouge 2384, Congress 336, 350.
Rouge 2384 Heavy Center, roger, good morning. Go direct to Bigelow.
Let's start descending, Louis.
Number 7 Julie Whiskey 450.
7 Julie Whiskey, Thunder 1.
1,000 to go.
Might get a view of the street lights down there out the right on this turn.
2,500.
Air Canada 406, Johnson, good day, flight level 330.
Oscar Charlie, tell the traffic opposite direction for use near 12 o'clock, 5 miles. This person track will just pass up
13 miles out, let's pick up the localizer now.
And Oscar Charlie Hotel does have the traffic in sight. Perfect. Golf Alpha Romeo, opposite direction traffic in your 11 o'clock, 5 miles, have a good sight.
You should
Traffic on site,
thank you. Very good.
Hey Jackson, will you head back to Waterloo?
Down the Waterloo area, I think.
12-mile final now.
Oscar Charlie Hotel, 777,
And we're established on that. Let's bring up you now. You have the gear. Contact tower 18.3, Allegiant 2610. Good night.
Say that again, sir?
St. Petersburgh Tower, good evening, Allegiant 2610. With you, 10-mile final, runway 36. Flaps 15, speed check.
Allegiant 2610, St. Pete Tower, runway 36, winds 260 at 5, clear to land.
Clear land, Allegiant 2610.
Angle the Gulf with the traffic.
Gulf Center, Gulf traffic.
Allegiant 2610, continue approach runway 36, winds 260 at 5.
Continue approach. See, they cleared us to land, now continue approach. They get a little mixed up here. 25 on the flaps. And we're going to slow all the way up now.
You want to go check Waterloo, you'll be at 2,000 under the arrival.
And give me flaps 30. Alright, lights, engine start selectors, auto brake, speed brake, landing gear, flaps, and they have been notified. And on the mist, I said that was what, 260? 276.
Gulf Center, Gulf Taxi, LL, make contact with 99182.
Hold and reduce. And you didn't pick that up, Johnny. Is he going to grab it? Nope. My bird, I've got control. You missed the slope. My bird. My birdie. Wow, what a great run, man. The rain looks wicked.
Port time left heading 060. Heading 060 for the first one. Port of Voice 4, contact departure 128.8.
Ooh, a lot of rain.
Good night.
Now this makes flying in inclement weather a whole lot better, man. Oh,
1,000.
Man, beautiful.
Golf Alpha Romeo descend 2,000. Golf Alpha Romeo descend 2,000. Golf Alpha Romeo.
500.
India X Lima, not above
400.
India X Lima, affirmative, not above 3,000 now.
300. Approaching minimums. 200. Minimum.
Continue.
100.
Prepare for landing.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Welcome to St. Petersburgh, Clearwater. Hope you enjoyed that ride. The weather was amazing.
80 knots.
Allegiant 2610, contact ground on 121.9er.
See if we can make this exit right here. Don't think we're gonna make it. Nope, we're not making that. It's a little too wet out. Gotta go down to the end.
Back identify 1,800 feet, not about 2,000, altimeter 297.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to St. Petersburg. Did you know that this city is home to the famous Salvador Dali Museum, which houses the largest collection of his works outside of Spain? Thank you for flying with Allegiant Air. Please remain seated until we reach our final parking position. On behalf of your flight crew, thank you for flying with Allegiant Air. The local time is 1:27 a.m.
India X Lima, surveillance service terminates, contact tower now 1260. 1260, India X Lima. Flat.
Yeah, we got a left coming up here. Man, what a great ride. And the weather is absolutely fantastic now. Inclement weather in X-Plane is just off the hook amazing with that other stuff gone.
Go southbound out Trafalgar.
Man, you're good, you're good.
Back right.
And we can even kill you. And how about we let them know where we are? Do we switch on over? 121.
We are currently 3,500, about 5 to the northwest.
Let's get on there. And let's say we waited a minute. St. Petersburgh ground. Good evening, Allegiant 2610 with you. Intersection Alpha 1, looking to go to gate 12. Oh, thanks, John. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're going to go check this out on the big screen because the rain looks really cool. Yeah, St. Petersburg ground, Allegiant 2610. We'd like to taxi to runway 12, to gate 12 via intersection Alpha 1. I didn't understand what I said before. I would think that would be even easier. Either way, we're going to head on in. Electric, next up should be hydraulics. Say again, yeah, they just can't figure it out. Yeah, Allegiant Air on taxiway Alpha, looking to go to gate 12. Let's see if they can figure that out. No, okay.
X-ray Mike Foxtrot, change my frequency now, 11907.
11907, X-ray Mike Foxtrot.
All right, we've got this to gate 12. So we got this all the way down to Tango, and that is hydraulics. Yep, very good. So they did this ride in an hour and 42 minutes. We did this ride in an hour and 39. So we're 3 minutes early. And it's an hour and 50 minutes now since we left the gate out at Nashville.
Romeo surveillance service terminates, contact tower 118.
The big thing to check was the rain, and the rain just looks great now compared to what we had before. It makes taxiing in inclement weather just so much difficult. It is so different than when you can see out the window and everything is clear, that's for sure. I hope you enjoyed that ride. What time is it? It's going on 4. Grab something to eat. Yeah, it would be nice. I get another ride in. I don't know if the wife has anything planned, if we're going out to dinner or anything, so that I don't know. Oh, thanks, Jim. Yeah, the rain performed really well the entire ride.
Pop, Quebec, do you want to continue down to the lakeshore, or do you want to head towards city center?
Next, it would be nice to see if we get snow accumulating on the windows, except where the wipers are. Now, that would be pretty cool. I don't know if they got that down yet, but that would be real nice. And we got this to Tango. We got a right on Tango.
Yankee Alpha Uniform Toronto.
Yankee Alpha Uniform to 172, just departed Stratford. We're 3,700 feet, climbing to 5,500. Under to Peterborough, like to pick up VFR flight follows.
Yankee Alpha Uniform, spot code 5557.
5557, Golf Yankee Alpha Uniform.
Alright, this is Charlie. Next is Tango. And we should be right over here in the corner, but it looks like there's a whole bunch of planes parked here. I don't know if we're going to get a gate.
Uniform change to my frequency 12827.
12827.
Yeah, the joint's jumping over here. The place is loaded. I think we might be able to sneak right in between here. It's not a spot, I don't believe. Oh, is it a spot? I think it is a spot. We could lose the taxi light. Yeah, this is a spot. Oh, it was a hard little hit right there. Oh, there's a marshal waiting for us too. Oh, does it get any better than this? Nice.
Yankee Alpha Uniform, not above 5,000 feet. Not above 5,000.
All right, you anti-collision let them run around, and we could lose the wipers. That was pretty cool. All right, let's get the electronic flight bag here. Let's get set up for ground.
City Tower now, 1182.
118.2,
Get those doors open. All right, chocks are in position. We can lose the brake. Ground power is available. We're going to get on ground. Confirm with the AC selector. We're going to get set for unconditioned air here. That's off. Don't need the APU. Fuel pumps are off. Galley power, hydraulics, and TCAS going to standby. So that's basically it. Aircraft's ready for the next crew to come in and do the next run, unless we were going to shut down completely. So I'm going to leave it up. I'm hoping I can get another ride, and yeah, got to go check with the wife and see what we're doing. But this was a great ride, and this weather is absolutely amazing. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the ride and the view along the way, although there wasn't much to see other than rain, but that was really the big test for me. As always, I enjoyed the company and the conversation along the way, my friends, so I appreciate you stopping by. Jim was here, Tom was here, AI was here, John was here, Paul was here, a whole bunch of people. So if I missed you, I apologize, but don't forget, I appreciate you being here. All right, everybody, I will catch you on my next live run, hopefully later tonight. If not tonight, sometime tomorrow for sure. With that, have a great rest of your day or evening. Oh, what a great ride.
Day up, order 277 is 1900, climbing 3000, heading 180.
Port 277, center identified, turn left heading 090.
Left heading 090, port 277.
Port 277, Roger. Golf Alpha Romeo, there's traffic just ahead of you, underneath you, 500 feet below.
Yeah, traffic inside, thank you. Golf Alpha Romeo, we're going to slow down a little bit.
Golf Alpha Romeo, Roger.
Golf 3438, flight level 250.
Golf 3438, center good morning.
Good day, Air Canada 620, flight level 188, climbing 230.
Air Canada 620, center, good morning, climb to flight level 290.
Climb to flight level 290, Air Canada 620.
Roger.
Center, good afternoon, AC 4474 270.
AC 4474, good morning, flight level 270, should be good right there.